Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or good evening, I suppose I should say. Welcome to the Art of Keith Pusher Precious Mutations tutorial on When the Reaper Sleeps. I'm sorry I'm lost. I don't know which part I'm on anymore because it's been a while since I posted a video, and for that I am truly sorry. If you've been following along, it's been a crazy couple of weeks, and I cannot thank everybody who's been supportive of me up until this point, to help us kind of get to this point where we've had articles in Country Living, we've been on BuzzFeed, we were on WGN News, the Johnny Dare radio show. It just seems like Precious Mutations, the Art of Keith Pusher Precious Mutations is blowing up, and that is pretty incredible. So thank you to everybody who helped kind of share and publicize that and push it along. As a result, I've been inundated with requests and commissions and people offering to sell or donate their pieces to me, so that's amazing. Thank you to anybody who's sending a piece out. I apologize. I can't list any names right now for privacy reasons, but thank you very much. You know who you are, and you're amazing. So yeah, let's continue on this piece, shall we? It's been a piece that's been promised to somebody, so I feel really bad that it hasn't been worked on for a little while. As always, we are using, if you want to sculpt along with us, the product that I do use is Aves Epoxy Sculpt. That's AVES. You can find them at www.avesstudio.com. I don't know, that's it just says epoxy.com, but it's actually avesstudio.com, avesstudio.com, and they have all kinds of products, not just epoxy sculpt, that you can sculpt with, and they're an amazing company, and they make really good products, and this is basically all that I use. Dries like concrete. It's amazing. So the last tutorial that we had, we made, let's dive into this, shall we? The last tutorial that we made our little kind of broomstick here, which was going to be the scythe that Death carries. So we're going to end up putting that in his hand like this. We made it out of steel wire. We stuck it into the drill and twisted it up so it's nice and tight, and it's very hard. Remember, I told you we're going to use steel wire because it's very stiff and it won't break, and it's you can bend it and form it, but it won't break on you. Now the hook of the scythe is a different story because we need it to have a curve to it, and so I'll show you the difference. I took some aluminum welding wire, which is a completely different color. That's the easiest way to kind of tell the difference. This one's steel is like an orangey, and then the silver is the aluminum. Now the aluminum bends really easy, but it's also kind of brittle, so it will break if you bend it back and forth too much, or if you try and do like bend it right over on itself, like do a complete button hook and bend it flat, it will probably snap on you. So what we want to do, the reason I chose the aluminum is because I want to, now I cut it long. What we're going to do is when we're making the hook of the scythe, the blade of the scythe, we don't want it, we're not aiming to build the scythe. This is going to basically hold the clay in place while it sets and turns rock hard. But sorry, I've had a bit of a tickle in my throat. But we don't want to make this the size of the blade. We just basically want it inside to support it. So we're not going to make this almost like an outline, if that makes sense. What we want to do is make it a little bit smaller, and it's just going to be inside so that when we apply the clay. So I've got a little bit of a window here, so I can feed this through here, and hopefully I can bend this around enough to make it stick. Okay, that should be good, and then I can kind of play with this part without it causing too much trouble. So the scythe has the aluminum, you can just bend it with your fingers, like it's good. I love aluminum, but like I said, it's very brittle. So you can just bend this with your fingers. So we want to get an idea of how long we want the blade to be, because we don't want it to interfere with anything else or hit the table or anything like that. So about, we're having a lovely storm outside, a perfect night for mutating. So we're gonna end it about there, eyeball it. If you have a marker, you can always just mark it. So we're gonna bend it back. We're not gonna bend it back, like I said, all the way, because this is just to support our piece. It's not to, that was a good thunderclap. It's just to support. It's not there to be the outline for what we're doing. So this isn't really working to try and feed it back through there. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring it back to here, and then I'm gonna wrap it around a couple more times. Now I'm sure doing stuff like this is not my forte. Building armatures and stuff like that. I'm sure there's actual sculptors out there who are just grimacing at what I'm doing right now and being like, oh my god, that's not how you do that. And if it's not, then cool. Tell me what the right way is, because I am always looking to learn as much as I am looking to impart what I have learned. So if you know a better way, and you think I'm botching this all right up, doesn't have to be pretty. So even though we're a little bulbous here, we're gonna flatten that out. But the other thing is, that's fine, because where the scythe is, we'll put some rope and stuff like that, and it'll make it look like the scythe blade is tied on. We haven't quite decided which way our scythe is gonna go yet. So this looks terrible right now, but I promise you it's gonna get better. So I have a pair of pliers here, and all I'm gonna do is just kind of crunch that all down, and then we'll be able to kind of get more stuff in there. And then I had a pair of snips here. Give me 1 second, sorry. I left them over with my spool of aluminum wire. So I'm just gonna snip off this little piece of extra here. That goes over there. And that piece. There we go. Okay, and now it's pretty firm. It's, it's gonna be enough for what we need. And then, so the bottom, this was the part that was in the vise. So you see it's flat. We're gonna be able to cut that off. Up here, this is where the part that was in the drill, we're going to be able to cut that off, but we're going to leave a little bit so that we can put our staff on there. And yeah, so there is basically our armature for his wee scythe. Okay, so it'll probably be turned out a little bit, like he's dragging it on the ground because he's tired and he wants to go to bed. So we're going to attach it here. When we put the clay on, which will be our next video, we're going to put clay, and we'll find a way. We'll probably start with the blade, and then we'll put clay inside his hand and along here, because that will actually hold it against his leg. The adhesive in the clay will hold it to his leg, and then we can be able to work some of the details and stuff into it there. Then we can finish, our next step will be to finish the little hood on top of our Death of Rats, and then we can start painting, and we'll be done pretty soon. All right, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you are interested in supporting the Art of Keith Pusher Precious Mutations, we have opened a membership page. It's a Patreon page. If you go on to patreon.com and look up Precious Mutations, you should be able to find my page. All that you need for a membership to become a mutanteer is $2 a month, and what that gets you is a fancy button, a membership card, and we are going to give you a ballot, and monthly we are going to do a draw for a members only random exclusive figurine. So you don't have to pay nothing except the $2 a month for your chance to win, and then you could get an absolutely free rare, unseen by the public eye until it's won and claimed, precious mutation. And after it's won, we will post a picture of your name with the finished piece, and let the world know that yeah, you won the lottery, the Precious Mutations lottery. So yeah, if you would care to donate to that, that would be awesome. My job has graciously allowed me to go down to part-time, so the Patreon is a way of helping us kind of supplement our income and be able to make art full-time. Awesome. Thank you very much. I hope you guys have a great night. Stay safe in the storm out there. And yeah, thanks again for watching. Peace.